Kings 88.5.
Kings 88.5 FM.
We got the flavor.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
That is what you get when the hobo, pejoratively hobnobs with the hobgoblin, have been bamboozled, razzle-dazzled, razzmatazz politically. Where I said he was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a lung disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is pneumono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Today, what we get in return, what we get in appreciation, is the colossal, gargantua, high cost of living. What an opprobrium, what an odium, what an ignominious memento. That even at the barbituration of the so much acclimatized by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanica, boisterous, energetic, and a rooting-tooting, but today for party affiliation, sentiments, for political somnambulism and malocclusion, he has chosen to remain close-mouthed, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming, meaning he has kowtowed in their poll. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious, laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is Leka and Polcratidinus that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious and enervating lematas, were excogitatedly ruminate how the recidivistical politicals move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. Now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating thing with a financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous remonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum. Balderdash and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian that it is crystal clear, like the biblical meneteke you've seen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not koto in their poho.
Let me abruptly regurgitate my point of view vis-a-vis using my perspicacity and ratiocinations as a compos mentis homo sapien and as an erudite and academic juggernaut. Let me delineate the nitty-gritty, the nuts and bolts, and the crinkum-crankum of the status quo. You see, this is not me venting out my garrulity and loquacious monomania. A verisimilitude harangue to my prescient, vigorous, and vociferously vehement gravitas correro. You see, this matter requires a Brobdingnagian ruminative introspection. As an aficionado and academic apparatchik, let me punctiliously and meticulously perorate and adumbrate. You see, it is lugubriously abysmal. And see, this is a mendacious, perfidious, fallacious, erroneous, and egregious asseverations, allegations, avowal, and averment, unequivocally and uncontrovertibly certain that I did not fecund, propagate, proliferate, and fertilize this lady's prenatal chambers, ovaries, and ovum. Let me give you the utmost veracity, verity, and dinkum oil, and the cornucopia and gallimaufry of the ingredients of this pandemonium and conundrum. For donkey years and a month of Sundays, we are engaging in pata-pata, rumpy-pumpy, and coitus, but I must admit that I did not fertilize and fecund your ovaries, goog, and prenatal chambers.
Because in this particular scenario, I will not tamper justice with me. Who is that arrogant homo sapien that was part of the production process of bringing this infinitesimal being into this wicked world? Young man, it is crystal clear that you're mentally unstable. And this idiot standing before us is a super moon.
Today, what we get in return, what we get in appreciation is the colossal, gargantua, high cost of living. What an opprobrium, what an odium, what an ignominious memento. That even at the barbituration of the so much acclimatized by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanica, boisterous, energetic, and a routine to thing, but today for party affiliation, sentiments, for political somnambulism and malocclusion, he has chosen to remain close-mouthed, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming. Meaning he has kowtowed in their pool.
Timadoma is my cousin. I was born in Nimakante.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Revin, take time. Revin, you divorce a wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You say you a lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you were divorced your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Timadoma is my cousin. I was born in Nimakante.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Revin, take time. Revin, you divorce a wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You say you a lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you were divorced your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Great day. We are very grateful to God Almighty. What a God He is, faithful in all of His ways, who has brought us from Monday to today, Friday, the 4th day of April 2025, in the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. We are very grateful for His providential grace hovering us throughout the night, throughout the day, crisscrossing between bad people as well as good people in night and day in this reign of Nebuchadnezzar. He continues to protect us in the midst of bad people, bad policy, wicked people, highly satanic. But in the midst of it all, He also requires that we acknowledge Him and His goodness. He said in Psalm 150, verse 6, let everybody who has birth and knows what He is doing protectively for them, providing for them, leading them on the right path, give Him thanks and praises. We can't help but bless God, and no better way to start before we get to the acknowledgement with the group Old Church, Elevation Worship, Old Church. That song, Old Church Basement. God is good, God is faithful, never reneging on His promises, but fulfilling every word that He utters in the fullness of His time. And we can, under no circumstances, ignore Him. We can't do anything of our own, not by our knowledge, association, ability, or whatever, but God. So He requires, instructs, which is a command that we acknowledge Him, having taken us from Monday to Friday, going through different kinds of stuff from people within the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, walking through the valley of the shadow of death. He is still with us. Solo, what course here you on from New Georgia, your comfort zone? Matilda Stevens, you are on, and you are into the song also, right? Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. God bless you. It's called Old Church Basement by the group Elevation Worship, one of my favorite groups, Elevation Worship. Tina Cooper, you are on. Kelvin Morris Smith, you are on from Newcrewtown, Claude as that place is called. Patrick Nangwe from Rhode Island, the United States. Mandia Gian brother, you are on. Willem K. Sumawolo from Yorkstaton Island. You said the dog community. The dogs are very there. I understand the metaphor. Sherry Samu, you are on from Bon County. Abdullah Duclay, Mike Barclay Community. Nathan M. Blair from Barcelona. Yes. Okay, you support Barcelona, eh? Very good. Everything will go well with you. Testimonies are before you once you can support Barcelona. We are on this weekend against Real Betis. So we will win. As I told you, people, we were going to win against Atletico. We did. And so we will win on Saturday. Then Real Madrid were lost on Sunday. Then that will be 6 points ahead of Real Madrid. And then we will win the following week. Yes, the following Sunday, because next week is Champions League. We are playing Borussia Dortmund on Wednesday. So we will win that one also. And then on Sunday, we'll win the league game. Then Real Madrid will lose. And then that will be 9 points ahead. We've got few games to go. Thank you, Nathan Blair, for being a Barcelona fan. Moses Dennis, you are on. Real Madrid people now, the verse, they're saying all kinds of things. I mean, they are bagger men, I get beamer. Navarro's M, you are on from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Nancia Day One, you are on. Fabio Williams from Maryland County. Yes, the code for the jackpot is *799*25#. That is the code, and the amount is 10,000. That's the jackpot, 10,000. Yeah, so you can play from wherever you are, Fabio. Good question. The code is *799*25#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and you hit the jackpot with your 10,000 for the weekend. J. Campbell Yanti, you are on from Cowell, St. Beach Road, you said. William Hoff from Minnesota, the United States. Boyman Quay from Chicken Soup Factory, Gulf Community. Musa A. Sharif from Sophie, Congo Town. Fatou Sharif. Yes, Fatou, thank you for coming on too. We are inspired by you people presence on the show, both radio and television. Philip Nangbe from Dallas, Texas. William Masekwe from Pennsylvania. Philip Kura from UAE, Abu Dhabi. Harris Sadie from your New Georgia residence. FC Barcelona for life. Okay, you are Barcelona fans. Harris City as well. Everything shall go well with you. Thank you so much. Matilda, leave it. We'll come to that. The goal of the people is to destroy everything we as legacy. Don't mind, I think they have said that they have no time for that. No, that was discussed. They know. Bapping Paul Lee from Johnsonville, Alfreda M. Doe. You people are on. The names just running down like a river flowing down the hill. Can call all. Jackson C. Poning, you are on. Fabio Williams say Madrid forever. By the way, man, is it Madrid forever? Moses Dennis, say FCB for life. Thank you so much. You are blessed. All the backup people blessed. All the Madrid people curse. They'll go stay over the weekend in Aladura thing. You know, Madrid just Aladura church. Oh, in way. Ah. Okay. Yes. The Intellectual Center, Jackson Spooning and his chairman never miss out on the show. Yes, I can start without recognizing you guys, even though you just came on. Jackson C. Pooning Jr. of Iron Factory, and your chairman of the Intellectual Center, Block 13 Intellectual Center in Iron Factory, Romancio Latupam, Kenneth Ball, or Rico as he's widely called, chairman for life, down to F chairman. Good to have you people on the show. Oh, my dear John brother is FC Barcelona fan. Okay, William K. Sumawulo is a FCB all the way. That's good. No reason why you are blessed. FC Barcelona is the team of God Almighty. God is FCB fan. Yeah, imagine God is FC Barcelona fan. Donald Trump is a fan of FC Barcelona and Lionel Messi. I can prove it everywhere, anytime. Okay, man. So it's 10,000 we are giving out this evening or this afternoon. Going into the weekend, you need that money. It is very important. It could do crucial things for you. Don't overlook it. Don't say that I have played and I haven't won. No, you have heard people receiving their money. They confirm receiving it instantly because we're in the world of technology. It's not you come to the station, then you receive it, or they say you receive it when you have not received. No, that distance thing. You sit down rare, we call you and say, check your account. So when the person check the account, say, yes, I receive it, 10,000 there. So it's instant, it's real, it's opportunistic. Take advantage of the opportunity. It is one of the means by which you can get your life going. Another way of surviving or solving problem in this damning economy of Nebuchadnezzar. There's nothing you can do but play the King's Cash giveaway. Dial *79 and star 25 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars, and then you can have your 10,000 in your account. Let's get started with what we have on our plate. The police, LRA, the Ministry of Transport, today they assemble to give a full briefing to the inspectors of those three government institutions that beginning Monday, they go into full effect inspecting vehicles, driver license, insurance document, and every other thing that goes with the vehicle. They assembled today and they were briefed by the Minister of Transport, Salif Tyler, along with other colleagues with whom they are doing the work together. And beginning Monday, the government will start hustling, because that is hustle they own. They looking for money. Most part of the development now will come from domestic revenue. So you developing the country, they squeezing it out of you. They giving you the impression by breaking stalls and structures down ahead of time. So you paying that money, even though they said the government of Japan had already given the money. What they had, they used it by the rush passage of the budget. Nothing there again. So they are looking for money here and there. One of the ways is to come out with the inspection, but not necessarily raw water vehicles, not necessarily all of your documents going to be correct. Once they can raise a substantial amount, then that is the end or will be the end of the inspection, because they need money. The beginning can say in Liberian term is she, not easy. Nothing really forthcoming from outside. Everything you're hearing are rhetorics. Things are hard on this government. So beginning next week, they are in full effect. If you have anybody stopping your car, then they are the ones who are ready to hustle ahead of next week. Though they announce the 4th of April, which is today, but it goes into full effect next week. It's going to be difficult. People will walk in their 10s, their 25s, their 50s along the way. The damage, or let me use that word, though it is not usable for car, but I should use that descriptively, the rotting cars. The rotting cars will still be on the street. It is not for getting the rotting cars, the defective cars off the street. The goal is to get money because the government does not have money. The government wants to prove a point to the opposition. They are yet to prove the point because they do not know how to prove the point. 1 year gone into this government time of 6 years, nothing to show, just excuses. So they want to prove a point to do something, and now they can do it as they had a vision because they ate the money that was already there. They squander that money. Nothing is happening. The hustling here and there, the international community knows what they have done already with the budget. The international community is aware of the widespread corruption all over the place. The international community is aware that Bwaka has no time to tackle anything corruption, so they are withholding any and everything financial to Liberia. On top of it, Donald Trump is cutting. He's taking many more drastic actions. You heard about the tax levy of 10% on goods from countries to the United States, another damning or Trump bloody nose again to Liberia. Those several countries are in that category, but we talk about our country because our country is one of several countries there. Things are just going haywire for this government. So they're trying to collect money. Next week, you're going to see it. After they reach their target, the rotting cars will be on the street. The roads are not water. And then they say road water cars. The roads are bad off. Then why wouldn't you have rotting cars on the street? You don't have good roads in your very capital where the president's office is. And then you say road water vehicle. So the rotting vehicles and the rotting roads, they are all compatible. The roads are rotting. The vehicles are rotting. The goal is just to get money. That's all. keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. Let's see. It's the weekend, man. You need money for the weekend. Let's assume that you solve other problems and much or most of your dollars went into that. So you need this money, which is 10,000, to go and do a little jolly jolly. It can be in your yard. It can be at entertainment centers. Let's assume that you need money to go and jolly jolly. So you just put in $200 or $1.50, and it gives you that 10,000. So you see, you are a big boy at the entertainment center. You know how much that can do for you in terms of amusing yourself. So continue playing. Dial *79 and *25#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. No money. They're doing that. All of the cards will remain the same. Already you have ratting trucks parked up in and around Freeport, Somalia Drive, other areas. You have ratting buses plying the street. Passengers take risks every day. It is only God that helping this country. But ratting, defective cars, they smoke alone. If God is not around, but 10 or 15 persons will die instantly. Because when one bus passes, the smoke over the atmosphere, just one bus, ratting cars all over the place. It has never been for raw water. It has always been for document. And that document is the money. That one will be unfolding. Now, those of you who have not registered your card or cards yet, I advise that you do it now, because it's going to be, those guys going to be very unruly. I am telling you ahead of time, they're going to be very unruly. I would have used the word drastic, but no, I cannot use the word drastic. Drastic will mean the meticulous way in which they go about doing it. I'm using the word unruly because that is the nature of this government, and everybody, once they get out, they are in unruly behavior. And you have to be very careful. I'm cautioning you ahead of time. If you haven't registered your vehicle, I don't know whether you can do it between today and Saturday. Assume that you haven't. Well, you can do it during the week. That means you can leave the car, you process your document. Because if you brought the car out, don't tell them that you're going to the police or LRA or transport to do your registration. They will take that vehicle and carry it at the police and the police depot or LMP headquarters and pack it. And it will be another frustration, because by the time you finish processing your license to get that vehicle from over there, it will be another thing. So use wisdom. Park your car, run after your document like how other people have done. And then when you have everything, because that is your lesson, that gives you unhindered passage. So you want to do just that. You want to avoid the unruly behavior of these people who are getting out. At the same time, you too will have to guide against being unruly against these people or towards them too. You have to respect them, but you don't have to be unruly. You don't have to show any conduct that would not represent you. You have to respect them as much as you want them to respect you. If your documents aren't correct, then you have to do the most responsible, honorable thing by going to get it processed. If you're encountering difficulties, you please speak to them most respectfully. Let them see reason. You can persuade them. Don't counter unruly behavior with unruly behavior. No, what you have there will be a crisis. And who knows, if it gets exacerbated, you might just be the affected one. So you want to be on the ethical side of everything. If they approach you unruly, you have to keep your calm, avoid temper tantrum, and then you just persuade them so that they can see reason why they should let you go, because you are in the process of getting all of your document, your insurance days, your license, all kinds of stuff, because they will be checking for all of those things. In fact, even things that do not fall within that inspection, they will bring it out because they need the money. The government is broke. The government don't have money. Beyond this, there's another one coming up. So there where we are. Brace yourself for next week. Those of us who, let me not say you, those of us who don't have car, well, you know our radical posture. So I need not explain the formula to you because you know the formula very well. So that you avoid walking. You avoid it. That will be doing it for that. Let's get to the next pointer we've got on our plate, but you have to keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. And dial star 79 star 100 that's 25 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Before we get to the second pointer, this reminder.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Manawia, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Margibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Fallo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there.
Every sin I build the hospitals. Every sin I build the schools. Every sin I build the roads.
Next week, Saturday, we're talking about next week, Saturday. You want to be there. It's up to you. I think I have spoken much on this. I can't say more than what I have said. It's up to you, you citizens. That's your party. If you will make comeback or setback into comeback, 2029, it starts now. And your support is needed. It's not going to work in a vacuum. It is practical. You have to show up, get your due payment book, and make your contribution. The government will disclose or make it clear or public now after that prank. After the initial committee, they said that they have completed, they have done with the renegotiation. They renegotiated the buying of 285 machines. 285 machine. And that was led by the vice president, the elite bourgeois aristocrat vice president, Jeremiah Kuhn, who has a diabolical hit against George Weah. Bouakai hit Weah. Jeremiah Kuhn received that hit too. He's having it in his heart against Weah. It leave with, if it's there with Unity Party people, they just want to see blood, dead bodies of all CDC people all over the place. So it was led by the man who referred to his colleague, his fellow human being as common citizen. And common citizen is good because God is a common citizen. Jesus Christ is a common citizen, was a common citizen. Paul was a common citizen. Titus was a common citizen. Timotheus was a common citizen. Epaphroditus was a common citizen. The 12 disciples were common citizens. All of those people were common citizens. So there is nothing wrong referring to another human being as common citizen. And that's what Jesus said. He said he came as a common citizen and he was at the service of everybody. And he went as common citizen on the cross for everybody. So what did God say to God? Condemn extravagant power life. And everywhere that God talks about it, he attached the end of such. And we have seen it all over the world. People brag of who they are, the kind of power and authority they will, and they say all kinds of things against their colleagues from any part of the world in the country. And then with the passage of time, what happened? They find themselves lying down in a piece of boxcar casket. And people wail and moan and cry and pay tribute over their frame. But every other, the power is left back on earth. The aristocrat, the bourgeois, and every other way of life left back on earth. And you go into a common grave, because the grave is a common place. Interestingly, the bourgeois and the aristocrats and the elite go into the common place called grave. The grave is a common place. But the people who say they have the whole world, they go there too. So why do they go? Why they go there? The man who referred to his colleague, a fellow human being, as common citizen, and the vice president of Liberia, Jeremiah Kuhn, led that negotiation. Guess what? The people who sitting over there, they know nothing about it. No, they know nothing. The vice president led that. Good. That is from the executive perspective. But you know what's going to happen? Except some kind of miracle. We are about to hear noise in that place called legislature. This thing will not go through the normal legislative process. No. You're coming to see the Unity Party people and other independent candidates, they've already given in. They showed that from the onset. They did not see any yellow machine. They only heard of it. They got overly excited. Once the president wants to develop this country, we need those yellow machines. In fact, at least 10 will be going to my county. Listen to parliamentarians outside, man, and you see these guys here. Joke. Sometimes you just want to ask God to get you out of this trash called country. Yes, and I can see why when people leave this place, they don't want to come back to this place. This is a cursed place. Those guys will sit down over there. These machines will come in. They will not go through the process as the way it ought to go. So when I tell you that this is Nebuchadnezzar dynasty, then you'll get uncomfortable. So the vice president led that negotiation according to the Minister of Information, and they will now be shipped and distributed to all the 15 counties. they are on their way. Yeah. According to the Minister of Information, the payment will be done over 3 years. Over 3 years, beginning with this year. With this year, they will put money in the budget for that, and then they will pay the first installment this year, the second installment 2026, the third installment 2027. That you paying that money. Yes. So it will be paid in 3 installments. 3 installments. So how many dollars they are paying? You want to know the dollars. So initially it was 285 yellow machines. The people who announced, they put the monetary tag of 79 million. 79 million. That was the initial cost. So at the close of the day, it came to 57 million. So it means somebody, the initial negotiation, the people who started, they were going to eat Barway, because they realized that Buakana in charge. You can remember the hype from the onset. People were excited. So Yellow Machine, yeah, coming into the country, they were not concerned about the purchase. Only when the media started raising concern, the very legislature was muted. How did the legislature come in? When the media start asking the hard questions. Do you know that the media in Liberia is highly educated than the legislature? Do you know that the media informs and educate the legislature on what they ought to do and how they ought to do it before they can pick it up? I say this from fact because we see it every day. Issues come up in this country, they are muted. Only when the media is analyzing it from one end to another, then they pick it up. Then somebody will go and carry on the floor. Honorable Presiding, we heard in the media of 285 pieces of machine coming into the country, and we have no idea. Honorable Presiding, distinguished colleagues, I pray your, how they can say that, one other word they can use, that you invite the Minister of Public Works to come and tell us about what we are hearing in the media of 285 machines. That's when their work can start. Beyond that, everything you see them doing, or let me not say everything, but majority of what you see the legislature doing, the media inform them. The second thing is they can ask us, the legislators, they can ask us. They say, oh, what you're hearing? How does one going? You people have any idea what the president, I think the president coming to do there? Then when we give the information now, then they can take it now, I can let that their own, that their intellectual property. They take it. Honorable Presiding, Your Honor, they think him out. All of them in that place were muted. When the media start highlighting it from one end to another, talk shows hold this, discussing it here and there. Instead of picking up, because they have something called private information, that means you are fed with that information, but you would not run with that information as being absolute true. It becomes your responsibility to validate that information or to authenticate, and that authentication is to do a background investigation. So they heard it. Instead of validating the information or doing a background check, all of them put sentiment onto the floor. Yeah, we want development. The president arrest agenda is on course, and key in the president arrest agenda is the road, and that will create farm to market road conducive, the transportation of products, and all kinds of things. I thought as legislators, you will sit and start to do your background check and raise every issue, inviting all of the people responsible to give you a full detail of the process. Because all of them were muted, so Bwaka bullied them. It was the same media that led Bwaka not to bring it to reality, but it was already set to become a reality. Bwaka bullied them when he said that it was a friend. Most of the guys in the legislature, let's continue playing the King's Cash giveaway. It is weekend. We're getting into the weekend. You need that money. You have to take it. It is your money. It is not for us to keep. If you can take it, well, then it's dial star 799 star 25 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars, and then $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then you can have your 10,000 for the weekend to go and enjoy yourself. Bwaka bullied them when he said it was his friend. None of them were even concerned. Thank you for coming on, my dear sister Claudie Allison. Yeah, it's never late then. It's never late. You are on. Good to have you in. Hope that you are faring well from your end. Bwaka said his friend gave him 285 machines. Those guys were not concerned about that statement. They were only driven by the number 285 and machines and the third thing that each county will receive between 10 to 15. So they were not concerned of their core responsibility that though Bwaka, each county will have certain pieces, but let's know exactly how this thing developed, how you're going to get it off the ground, from where it is coming, who bring it, and what it needs to pass through in terms of legislative ratification, because it is the country money. None of them were concerned about that, but they were concerned. I know that for a fact because we recorded some of them. I have some of them on tape. Oh, their voices available. They were excited. Yes, the president, I think the president is serious for this country. I think President Bwaka is going to develop this country. It's not so much of passing through parliamentary stuff or not. People, let's give the president a chance. We need those machines. That's why they were saying we need those machines. It was the media that kept on pressing and pressing from one end to another that Bwaka looked into Mama see now Mama Kability and other people say let's withdraw that thing. Had the media not come down hard and strong and critical on that, those guys over there, by now you have all those machines, and they brought couple of them, they paraded them around. What you saw the lawmakers doing, they were excited. Some of the lawmakers even wanted to see their portion going, their pieces going into their county. Those people, one day, those people will plunge this country into another war. Those people sitting over there you call legislators, those boys and girls are actually wicked, deadly. They are only concerned about themselves. That is why this country has never, ever gone anywhere. When I'm using the word curse, understand, probably you do not know, curse simply means go and ask God. It simply means you have the ability to do, but you refuse to do it. You take the money, you put it in your pocket. You want to look good, and the other people should look that way, and the whole country, nothing can happen. That's what the Bible calls curse. The Bible called curse. Those boys and girls sitting over there, they call themselves legislators. I said boys and girls, and I'm not mixing my words. They are boys, they are girls. By their conduct, by being subservient. By being subservient. Subservient is where you are at the mercy, you are at the feet of a certain person or certain group of people because you lack the ability that you ought to have, even though you have it, but you are at the feet of the next person. Just how Lazarus will feed on the crumbs. That's how that legislature looked. They feed on the crumbs of Joseph Yeman Boakai. So everything, it is one of the things. It's just that the speaker, it's just that the guys in the legislature, those boys and girls behave like real boys and girls. That's why Fonati Kofa is still hanging on. But it's not that because of Fonati Kofa, we're defending him that he's right. It is because of how those boys and girls proceeded. Fonati Kofa was one of the persons who stood in that ministerial complex after Boakai poured food and drinks there. They went there, legislators, they went to eat and drink. He stood there and said what the president wanted they would do. Speaker of the House of Representatives. We have Fonati bad public addresses too. Fonati Kofa in Aprl. We're not talking so much because of Fonati Kofa that he is and he is immaculate, he is a saint. No. Fonati Kofa has his own deadly character too. He made some public addresses. He did something. He even did some things to his own party, CDC. Not because we're talking the way we're talking, so you think it's because he is a sedition. We're not talking because he is a sedition. We're not looking at it from a sedition standpoint or from a party standpoint. We're looking at it from the rule of law standpoint. The way the boys and girls proceeded as boys and girls, they got everything messed up. That's why we're sticking to the law and let the law be the law. That's the only reason. As Speaker of the House, he stood in that place. At that time, they were still talking about the yellow machine, but his statement was not about the yellow machine. But just to say, yeah, Boakai, the president, said he one day would do it. He stood in that place. That what brought the friction between he and Yeke. And Ta Wongbe, I think, yeah, Ta Wongbe made reference to that. I will look for that on Ta Wongbe post. And it brought a friction between he and Ta Wongbe when he made that statement. Ta Wongbe referenced that. And it did not go down well when we start analyzing it. Listen, those boys and girls had not behaved as boys and girls. Kofa, we call him Rachel Kun, Speaker of the House of Representatives. So the guys sat down there. They were all muted. Now, the Minister of Information confirmed that the Vice President completed the renegotiation. I don't know whether they had negotiation for it because Boakai said his friend gave to him. So why you renegotiating? You can renegotiate when you enter an agreement and along the way you realize certain faults or the next person realized defaults or got some reservations. Then they will sit on the table to do a relook of that document. That relook is referred to as renegotiate. Or you went into a deal with a time frame and that time frame expired. So you want to have that activity or that agreement stay on board. Though the time elapsed and the implementation as provided in the contract went well, but you still want it. You want to continue with it. So you go back and speak to the person that you people will have to renegotiate so that it continues. That's the two ways you go in renegotiation. How can it be renegotiation when initially the president told us that his friend gave him 285 machines? So how the Minister of Information would now say that the Vice President completed the renegotiation? It wasn't a renegotiation. It was a gesture. It was a token. It was a goodwill. That's what we heard from the president. And this very information minister defended that. Other people within the president's cabinet, they defended that. So how today now the Minister of Information would say renegotiate? No. But again, that's it. So the cost now The cost now, according to him, is 22 million. So somebody within Bwaka Sako was stealing millions of dollars. You see how these guys are using the man? You see, initially they put it at 79 million plus, more than 79 million. Substantial amount. You know what was going to happen to Liberia? Liberia was going to pay, if it went through legally, years upon years. Already they say Liberia debt is 2.8 billion. He said somebody was going to profit substantial amount of money. Somebody was going to profit greatly at the expense of somebody inability to reason well. Substantial amount. Yes. Substantial. I can see why the late senator will say this.
The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. They old. He take Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you.
So they take advantage, or they are taking advantage of his dementia state. So somebody was going to profit millions of dollars. The people who started this thing from the initial stage, they were bullying, or they had bullied Bwakai. So they were going to profit millions of dollars. You see what the media is in this country? You see why you need to be thankful to the media and talk show hosts in this country? You see? Because if the media was not critical and on this thing back 24/7 every day, everywhere, this thing would have gone with ease. Then somebody within the president cabinet was going to take onto himself or herself millions of dollars. Because the initial amount was 79 million plus. Somebody was going to get around 50 to 57 million United States dollars. Somebody within Bwaka's cabinet, had the media not stuck on this thing, somebody, because they had already convinced Bwakai, they've already used Bwakai, they already bullied Bwakai. So if the critical questions were not going to be asked, somebody was going to profit between 50 to 70 of 57 million United States dollars from this country. The cost, according to the Minister of Information, 22 million from 79. So it means that the government will be paying less for that. And they're going to pay in 3 installments, 3 years. Beginning this year. They will pay this year. They will pay next year. They will pay 2028. So that 2025, 2026, 2027 years. And those are the 3 installments, the 3 years installments. That what? So let's go now. Let's see. Keep playing. That star 79 and star 100 hatch. Play, that's 25 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. This break, then we turn to you to have your say, and we read some of your comments, and then we move on to another issue. This reminder first.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change (CDC) invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12 at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Manawia, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Margibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Fallo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there.
After just 5 years, have you seen and build the hospitals? Have you seen and build the schools? Have you seen and build the roads?
Keep playing. Let's continue. We can hit the jackpot. It is not impossible. It is possible. We can do it, but we can hit the jackpot if we aren't putting in the 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US if we aren't playing. If we are playing, then we can hit the jackpot. If we aren't playing and playing as many times as we can, then we can hit the jackpot. Philip Nangwe say it's definitely Pak Kakun that's really running the country. Phileas D. Cooley said, oh, okay. Okay, I understand. Robert Sloan. Yeah, I understand. It's never late. Matthew Choloplay say, I see why this Ghanaian president brother and Bwaka are friends, because it's the guy who in contact with the company to bring these yellow machines to Liberia. Matilda Stevens say, useless government. And Benson David Victor said, okay, where you from? Too long. You want to just cut it short. Yeah. So let's go to the line. That's 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 98 0375. The number to have your say on the show. Keep playing. Let's continue playing. We might get there. Yeah, so continue. John Gaver, keep playing. Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then you can have your weekend 10K. Hello.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
What do you?
Let's hear your name and where you call from.
Good afternoon.
You are on the air. What is your name?
I'm Joseph Ute, calling from Somalia Drive and Dependency Freeway Drive, to be specific.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for your talking point, however. We want to commend you people in studio for every time enlightening us. Then Andrew, it's so exciting, yeah, my brother. It's so exciting for the kind of information that are coming up concerning our code for people to steal from the Liberian people, build up their mind of stealing. We want to thank you people for that. It is not strange. These are the experience that the Liberian people were pushing for. That this old man had a 42-year experience to exploit our nation, to bring criminal and drugs leader to run our country and push our country into war and, official.
Okay, Chief.
So we want to thank you people for the work you people are doing on behalf of the country.
Thank you too.
Thank you for affording me the time.
Right. Thank you people too for the inspiration. Have a nice weekend. Hello. Yeah.
So Andrew, how are you?
I'm very fine. I'm very fine. All glory and honor to God.
Yeah, this is Eddie Kali. I'm calling from Power Bridge.
Let's hear you, Mr. Kali.
My brother, thank you. The media is doing extremely well. You see, there's rescue mission now. I think they're turning to rescue mission. The mission is rescue. Mr. Andrew, it's not rescue mission again. The rescue mission. You see the kind of thing you explain, and the media will have to pick it up. That yellow mission, some are coming benefit as you said.
Yeah.
They're only seeking their personal interest.
Yeah.
They're not taking the interest of the country.
They were eating. They were eating between 50 to 57 million United States dollars from Liberia.
How can we eat that money? And the dollar now the government, the four countries can be paid for it. So we don't benefit for it. The country can be paid for it. You see that kind of criminal act?
Yeah, yes. All right, man. Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, this is Sam Andrews. Let's hear you, my man. Put live in your voice or increase your voice. I'm good.
Brother, I want to tell you that I escaped.
You say what?
I escaped down with stroke last night. I ain't able to walk.
You came down with stroke last night?
Yes, sir.
But gee, I pity your condition, man. I empathize and sympathize with you, but I can't do anything.
Okay.
What is it you want me to do?
I'm a young one to go to the hospital. So get care.
No, Chief, I really feel for you, but I can do nothing to that. You know what I can do? Just manage it. What you have, then you can get through to Israel on Monday. Israel is gifted for that. Not that I can help you, but I do not have the ability. I would want to, but yeah. So Israel is gifted for that. He can find some kind of solution for you. So exercise patience and call Israel on Monday. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I'm Peter W. Castle. I come from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you very much. Mr. Sam Andrew, if the Unity Party is depending on the massive resource mobilization and to count on development, it will be very difficult for them to meet up their target. Because even the inspection that they count on, you see drug enforcement officer count on inspection, you see PCC. So the entire system is being characterized by corruption. The government will not get it. Yes.
Only three government institutions are involved with that. The Ministry of Transport, LRA, and the police. So if there is a tear or foof, there is criminal.
And that's a question we keep on asking. That's a question we keep to asking. You go to Uptown, they are there. You have the DA men, you have PCC men, other than they are involved. The police, other than they are involved. So the whole system is characterized with corruption. So the government will not meet her target. And lastly, let me tell you, the issue of the yellow machine. I think the government needs to just forget about that yellow machine. Because Liberia has lost our international image. We should think about building the image of the international
let's say, of Liberia with the rest of the world.
But that has got nothing. That has got nothing to do with development here.
No. Let me tell you,
it is an image.
The issue of the yellow machine is not going to help Liberia because the system, that the process, the method that the yellow machine is being negotiated, it's not at the international best practice.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Yes, Andrew, good afternoon.
Yes, let's hear you. What is your name and where you call from?
This is David King, and I do join you from the afternoon. You see, for me, I'm not surprised.
Not surprised at what?
I am not surprised of the massive corruption in this government. Because 12 years, we are spending days on the monastery and Mr. Bwaka. Okay? And this is what some of us told our people. What the Joseph Bwaka and the Unity Party failed to do in the last 12 years, that he want to come back to complete it.
Did anybody corrupt?
Is it that they are coming to steal again from us, like they did for the last 12 years? Liberians should open their eyes, not to give the Unity Party the opportunity, but some of our friends to us, Joseph Bwaka was different from Henry Salif.
All right, Chief.
But Joseph Bwaka sat on the Senate as the president of the Senate, on the bar concession power on him.
Thank you,
so
sir.
If you can see them bring it, quickly. If you can see them bring it 285 machines, trying to steal from Liberian people. These are some of the ideas that you used yesterday to steal from us.
Okay.
That got the country looking the way it is.
Thank you. Let's turn to the women's line. Hello.
Hello. Andrew.
You don't keep the line, your radio on loud and cold.
Sorry.
Let's hear you.
Yeah. No, when I have that, sir, I still when I have that with you.
What kind of stealing you know about?
Naturally, why they come and get us out to come in Paris, put them on the street for different. If I home, they will continue paying the few say what they get. Then how many I say? I got the massacre before on Baka or Baka say he to destroy Liberia. Baka will never go free. It will be destroyed when Liberia.
Thank you. Let's get to the male side. Just a few more, and then we go to something else. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, St. Andrews.
Yes. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Kew. I call you from Pakistan, District number 2. Yeah, I started the cross section of the views on the different callers.
So you react to no caller. State what you call from.
I'm not.
You're excited. You're excited about what the your minister of information said, eh? The 285 machines,
so it has to
renegotiated.
Or the minister of information.
Eh?
It has to be a minister or the minister of information.
I'm a man, I'm a minister now. Ain't I your government? So that you're minister. Nothing wrong with that thing.
Government said. That's
hey, my man, right? My man.
The Unity Party should give the surface tomorrow in the next 6 years.
My man,
any government as your government because it's not a government.
My man, say what you call for, by.
Okay, so yeah, you got me off. You
said the thing. You said CDC police. CDC did, and you didn't want people to refer to you that way again. So speak,
yeah,
my man. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity. So President Biden is committed to ensure that this country is better. In different sectors, there are massive improvements when it comes to public works, agriculture, education, and so forth. So there is no country that would develop in the world that people would have face some minor challenges in different sectors. I want to agree that there are different challenges in different sectors when it comes to the security and rule of law. But President Biden has always instructed his lieutenants that this country, it don't belong to you as an individual. It belongs to the Liberian people.
All right, thank you, Jose.
So I believe that this president is committed to improving the life of Liberian. It will get better. No matter how you think, Liberia will develop. We get all her reach.
The president not getting it. The president need this president. You calling your own president this president?
No, so
My man, later.
he's the president. He's the president of all
Hey, my
Nigerians.
man, later. You call your man, your own president, you calling him this president. He ain't getting it. You know the man.
Hey, Auntie, how are you?
I'm good, oh.
Yeah, these are our own house into our own house to pick up for us. These are our own radio station. It
What?
sounds like a great individual. You put the spot on top.
Oh, my man,
But
talk,
we are
man.
not
What you call that your radio station, yeah? Who told you that your radio station? You know what? What you doing for the radio station? Wait. Hold on, my man. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, my man, hold on. Chief, hold on. Listen. You choir director, listen. Chief, you know, you're always saying the thing when you call our radio station. This is not a radio station. This is a public radio. Listen, as much as this radio is Kings FM, owned by George Weah, this radio station is not CDC radio station. This station promotes CDC, but it is not CDC radio. If you're taking ownership of it, what are you doing for the radio? This radio station, under the leadership of AB, is challenged. AB trying the best with his leadership ability. So what are you people doing? How are you people helping the station? When you say ours, it means you're contributing. In other countries, when the people say their station, nobody will tell them. They will rally, they will put things together and carry to that station. You know what AB going through? The stress that AB honor to get a station. No, listen, you're always calling your setting, then you won't. Nobody, we should not incorporate or allow other people to talk. Only you people should be talking for 5, 6, 7 hours. So what are you doing for the station now? Just to say that our station? Chief, I beg you, man. You start that thing. Let's go, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air, Chief. You know why AB going through to get a station on the air every day. Can talk about our station.
Because the other radio station, you know, something like government radio station, as far as you try to go on an opposing view, so they will cut you off.
Yes,
So
this is why. Listen. That weekend when I cut you off, listen, my man.
The other man I was talking about, how you doing this?
Listen, my man. Oh, my man. Huh? Your call, your come here. You know the time we can give you. So you should be talking. One person will talk 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. You think that how radio looks? Can't you can get the other people when you're calling the other people radio, they can call. The people can cut you off because when you make your point, you off the line. You give the people a chance. All of the phones in the studio here, they're ringing. There are other people who want to make their point. So we should just keep you on. Then the other people, they dialing whole day, they can't get through. You don't hear the other people saying that we call. It's hard for us to get through because the line is on, it's ringing. You on the line, rather. So another person can get until you drop the line. So we must keep you on the line whole day because you sedition. You call to CDC radio, a radio that is not CDC radio. But promoting CDC agenda. Understand it as the logic. It is not CDC radio. You see CDC people coming here to do anything. CDC people can give a dime. This radio station is being managed by AB. AB is doing everything to get it on the air every day, number of things. The stress that AB going through. When you kind of see something and say, oh, AB, you're really strong. You know the stress. You think to manage radio station in Liberia have fun? That's why most of the radio stations, they tend to government to promote government agenda so that they will sustain themselves. So what you're doing? Everybody, this is a public radio. As much as we incorporate seditions, but you have to respect other people. That's not how George Weah look. If George Weah was a savage person, then I think every day they will be making palaver. So you follow the leader. The leader incorporates everybody. He respects everybody's views. Let's go. I have to erect that checkpoint as you can say politically. Yeah, let's go now. Let's hear you. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. I'll be on. Let's go.
Hello?
Yeah. Lower your radio, the feedback.
All right. My name is Steve Francis Grant. I'm calling from the suburb of Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah. The topic on the discussion, I learned the way you panel guys. You guys, we understand that radio station is public radio station, and you can incorporate everybody. So I tell you, thank you for the effort that you put in them. They are learn with an empty score because they are sedition. They are not backing the station up. They only there to talk. So they need to back the station. They need to help the station. Thank you very much for your effort.
Thank you. Look at the stress that Israel go through every day. So much so that the people now, they not stress Israel up. Right now, Israel not feeling well. But nobody wants to know how Israel, how his life going, how it is, or that we can bring one bottle of soft drink or juice. Right now, Israel not feeling well. You go in the office, Israel get the tablets, fighting to survive. Yes, it was day before yesterday. Again, Israel had to leave the air to go and relax because of you people stressed up. Every day you finding way by which you can get money. That's why the station is jam-packed. Everybody they can Israel, Israel fighting hard. So what do you do in return now? To say, oh yeah, it is this station that Israel using to help. So let's try to help AB too. You know what AB going through in with this radio station? Already we are in an opposition sector. The government don't want to. He be trying the best he can with his leadership. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody, everybody, oh yeah, our radio station. I don't give into that thing. No, this radio station is for everybody. This is King's FM 88.5. It is not CDC 88.5. This is what we promote CDC idea. If government people they call AB and say, AB, we have so and so, we want to sit on King's FM and explain our idea. AB will not say, no, your government people will go on that side. AB will encourage, open up for them. Because you know why? When they come in, they bring in money. It will help the station. Some of you get your businesses. You will never take your businesses and bring it to King's FM. You prefer to go on the other side. You will carry your announcement there. You will carry your advertisement to the other side. You will not say, this is our station. Let's bring our business. One person, I challenge all of you. All of you, let one person just put out and say, I brought this as sedition to King's FM to promote it. We say, look, if on the other side, if you went there, if the people charging you $10, $15 for an announcement, you come to King's FM, we'll take it for $5. Then you carry $10 that you can do other things. We will operate, we will take the risks, and you excel in your business. Nobody, no sedition. The last time, this week, if Israel had to blast seditions. He was on the air, I was listening to the show, I said, yes, I gave him a thumb. And say, yes, that's right. Because you know what? The same thing Israel said in December when we were closing 2024. I said that the close of December, since we're getting into 2025, I will say X, Y, Z on what they need to do in opposition going into 2029. That's why this whole setback into comeback, you see, all of the time I'm talking about it, encouraging you people to move. Because when things work out, all of our benefit, that the struggle we're in. The people in government, the pro-government radio stations, they're struggling. That's why they're backing every wrong. So they look at Rachel Kuhn, they know consciously, literally, university graduates. They know by their education, Rachel Kuhn is not speaker. But because the government has the money, the government pumping the money there, so they trade their character and integrity for the money. So they call Rachel Kuhn, they calling him speaker, because the money going there. We, from our education, and your education know that Rachel Kuhn is not the speaker. The speaker is Fonati Kofa. We call Fonati Kofa the speaker. All of the talking that we're doing, what coming to us? We're just stressing ourselves up because of the law. Nobody will ever turn and say, oh, let's go, let's scare this announcement to Kings. I am a sedition in other countries that have the people promote their own. Go in Sierra Leone, go in Guinea, go in Nigeria, go to the regional countries. Least to say the European and American stations. They both take advantage of their own. They will look at it and say, Kings FM is in the center of town. So all of us who are here as seditians, we're selling here. Every day we put 50 cents together. When it reach a certain amount, we carry to the radio station and put it in AB and say, AB, thank you. You're doing X, Y, Z. You at least you're trying the best you can under the difficult circumstance to keep us informed. Though we don't have much, but this is our widow mind. Please, AB, accept this from us. That's how people do in other countries all around the world. That's how they do. They support their own because you know you're going into a terrible election period 2029. The government will not sit down and like they will weaponize you financially. And that's what the government doing. So how are you owning up? How are you owning up to this station that is your station? Or just by saying, oh, that was station here. When we call, you must get a chance, let talk, and you might not get other people chance. When we call on the radio, they can call or. So what? So what? You stop that. You're listening to Israel this week. Israel was talking the same thing. If you know what AB going through, yeah, you will not say what you're saying. It's stressful. This whole radio station is at the disposal of AB. It's not because that we are station, then you say you think we are putting money out. We are not putting money out. When somebody give you AB explain it in the last time to you, stay, you ain't understand. When somebody put something at your disposal, they say, my man, take it out. They're not telling you that we're giving you millions of dollars. They're telling you to use your innovation to generate revenue so that you can sustain it. And by how you do that, that's how it's going to grow. So everything here that AB's innovation, his leadership, we are importing fat in this thing. So you don't think that because that we are station, so money going there. No, it's at the disposal of AB. The AB leadership here. That's AB's creativity carrying the institution. Don't worry whether you're don't get the people chant. Don't let the people you talking that our station here, that our day, our that. What are you doing? How are you doing that? You're listening to Israel was particularly on CDC people, and that's the same thing. None of the people from the party will ever look at their institution, Voice of Liberia, Banner FM, Kings FM, what the other two. They will never. They prefer to go on the other side. But they will never. When they go on the other side, how many dollars they paying? They're paying $500 US for appearance. They're paying $350 US for appearance. Depending on the nature, they pay $150 for 45 minutes. And all of us in the same city. And very shortly, Kings FM will be covering the entire city and the entire country, rather, that AB's innovation. You know how AB is fighting behind the scene. They're not everything like what the other men say, man can talk all that all. AB can talk all. Very shortly, I am telling you, very shortly, Kings FM will be covering the entire country. So everybody in those areas, they will know what the government doing. Because it is our responsibility to expose the government, to expose the excesses, the widespread corruption and injustice, mysterious killings, and all of those things. Just as they did when they were in opposition that gave them the urge to come to power. It becomes our responsibility now to do the same. And we can do it without this medium. And this medium cannot be effective without you. Be like the people in Sierra Leone, in Nigeria, in Guinea, in Ghana, in Algeria, and other places. They take ownership. They will not come to AB, say, AB, we're putting this thing together with them. No. Surprisingly, they will come and say, AB, we came to see you. We come to say thank you. You're doing well. The station on air every day. If I tell you the thing that AB goes through to keep the station on 24/7 every day, yeah, some of you, you're inside your father and die. The stress. They'll come and say, AB, we ain't get much, but we just come to say thank you. Very little, yeah. It may not be money. Sometimes they will go, the rim of sheet. They'll fight hard to get one cartoon like that. They say, AB, here one cartoon rim of sheet, yo. At least so your people will be ready. Another time they say, AB, we bring 2-3 tar soap. So Ali will help with the bathroom. All that wanted that support. So when you said that now, you say our station, God in heaven himself will say, yes, that's true, you're right. Because it's complementary. We complement each other. We are in a political warfare. We're fighting. Our life is at risk. You know the kind of, if I read some of the text messages, from the time I've been in this thing, I've been receiving those things, but I've never come up prematurely to it now. Like how you hear other people, I received threat on my life. Some of the text messages, I read it. When I was at Capitol, I received a damning message. Chris Waller was the manager. I kept that message for I don't know how many weeks. One day I just sat down and read it and started laughing. So I went in his office. I said, Chief, yeah, look at when he read it. He said, what, Sam? He said, my man, so you have this message, you've been keeping it. You won't come up for us to raise alarm on it for the year? I said, no, Chief. Once you decide to face the public, you are exposed. All of these things will happen. No public, how should I say it? Nothing you do facing the public, especially when you are critical of things that people doing, you're exposing them, they will ever want it. So they will say some things to either suppress you, neutralize you, or intimidate you so that you are silenced. But it is not my style to be. No, we receive all kinds of things. Every day, we're walking in the midst of the people. The people don't like it. They're having their meeting, how to silence King's FM, how to silence this person. All of these we're going through. Just for your sake, we're risking our lives. Our reputation is on the line. And then when we're fighting, we're feeling it inside, but we sound on the radio as if everything is right. You don't know what we go through. When AB said down here talking, you just feel that everything is right. When Israel said down here talking, you feel that everything is right. When Khan said down talking, you feel that everything is okay inside of us. We have our own domestic life. We go through a number of things, but we don't come and tell you. Neither do we sound sorrowful on the air, because if we start sounding sorrowful, you will be wondering what is happening, and it will break you down too. So the Lord said, even if they're killing your man, your pa, or you on the air to bring death news to you of your man, your pa, you will not have to sound like something happened, but rather you have to sound lively. You have to put laughter into it, because if you ever show any sign of sadness, it will break your audience down. Too many things we go through. Too many things. You stop doing that. You motivate us. You encourage us. You don't be unnecessarily critical. You drop the sentiment. Our station here, you don't get it. Other people there, when we come on the radio, they can't get urgent again. Only get 1 minute. So what? Who tell you to call? The people have standard. The same way we have standard. Respect other people. Incorporate. This is a state broadcaster. All right, I will be doing it for that. So let's go. This reminder, and then we get on something else, and then we are out. It's the weekend.
With originalmarks.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Manawia, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Magibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Fallo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC.
Mama,
The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there.
I've got just like yes. Every sin I build the hospitals. Every sin I build the schools. Every sin I build the roads.
Down star 799 star 25 hatch, play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 and get your weekend 10K. A weekend 10K. I wish y'all can win your weekend 10K and just buy me one bottle of surgery. Yeah, man. So y'all get your 10K. Yeah, that a weekend. A weekend. Jolly. 10K. Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then your 10K. So let's get down to the next pointer, and then we close. But let me say this before I get to that. I maintain. Also, the U.S. government has given another warning. I say every day the U.S. government warning, giving hint to Liberia. Yeah. My dear sister Dwight, boy, enjoy her weekend. Please say hello to my brother, yeah. Dwight, everyone knows how to enjoy yourself. I maintain that it is not going to go the way of the renegade people. So the U.S. government has again issued another warning, saying the U.S. government is committed to ending illegal migration to the United States. Those who are in the United States illegally or commit visa fraud will face the consequence. Those who are in the United States illegally or commit visa fraud will face the consequences. From now for fun. So they're not referring to Liberia only, countries around the world, and Liberia amongst those countries. So if you enter the people country illegally, or as per their investigation, they found anything, visa fraud, and you are a Liberian, what the statement from the U.S. Embassy is saying, you will face the consequences. So if any Liberian, whether you resident there or you left from here, you went there, or you just entered there, if they find out that you are there illegally, or they check your document and there is fraud around your visa or visa fraud, according to the U.S. statement they released, you will face the full weight of the law, as they say in Liberia, the full weight of the U.S. law. And anything you're doing here, you say that law you get that state, that country here on a boycott. All right. This is not a pointer. I just passing through with it because I've always said it. I try to make it my niche. I maintain that the Supreme Court, whether they stay 50 years with that ruling, or determination or verdict, whichever it is, it will not go the way of Richard Kuhn. Under no condition, under no circumstance, never ever will it go on the other side of the junta. So the junta speaker is in court. They try settling it. His name had been in the media for the wrong reason. And then that was compounded by his wife, or with his wife taking him to court, that she was robbed of the property they acquired together. So she went to the court, and the judge was clear. Settlement by clarity, by honesty, or seizure, which will also be followed by arrest. Where arrest Richard Kuhn will put all the other laws aside, all the legislative immunity will put it aside and arrest Richard Kuhn. Went to the court. The court say, settle with honesty, settle the woman. Show clearly that you have not been double dealing, that you had not been robbing her. Give her a full understanding. If not, if she comes back to the court, then we either move to seize or arrest you, Richard Kuhn. Additional information coming up about this thing. I got this information. I think I thought to share it with you, that the property acquired was not, as per the woman argument, exclusively Richard Kuhn. That Richard Kuhn did not acquire the properties prior to their marriage. No. The property was acquired before Richard Kuhn became speaker. Before Richard Kuhn became speaker. Yes. Before Richard Kuhn became speaker. Yes. At that time, he was struggling. He had not come to prominence. He was hustling at, I think, what kind of NGO? SRC or CRS or RSQ, some kind of NGO. And the information has it that he did some shitty deeds over there. Corruption, allegedly. He was at the University of Liberia. Okay, so the anniversary, happy pre-anniversary. My dear sister Dwighty, I just saw the photo with my brother. Dwighty, but no other Joseph. DT, welcome to the show. Welcome. He was struggling. You could see Richard Kuhn at the time he was teaching at the university. So the woman, according to the information, the woman is related to the late Justice Johnny Lewis. And she was with Johnny Lewis. And what I've gathered, she was able to use her professional idea to get some money. And that's what she was using with the guidance of Richard Kuhn at the time he had not become speaker to acquire those properties. But look what the rich said. When the woman went to the court, she said 2005, 2004. So that long time. At that time, 2005, 2000, 2004, 2005, see Richard Kuhn. Richard Kuhn was dry, very slim. Richard Kuhn was hustling at the University of Liberia. And then I think it was some NGO. We are told that he corrupted the system there. So this lady, the information has it that I think she is the cousin. His wife now, his wife is one of the infos that came up. I'm piling them, I'm getting them, the bits and pieces are sharing with you. So that's why you have to be very careful when you come to public. Before you can ascend to any public life, you make sure that you organize your home very well. And once you are critical on people, or you want to ascend to a certain position, or you have extended and you abusing your power by infringing on the rights of people, listen, something might just come up and you might not know how to handle it. It will damage you. We are told that his wife is the niece to the late Justice Johnny Lewis. And she was with the late Justice. And using her professionalism, she got substantial amount of money. Because she was desperate, and her desperation was good. Wasn't a bad desperation. You can have good desperation. That means to excel or to help excel, or help somebody to excel. So she used that money now and put it at the disposal of this speaker, this junta speaker. That's how they acquire those properties. And truly, the money that Richard Kuhn was earning at the University of Liberia could not afford him those duplexes. No, even right now, as speaker, as representative, let me not call him speaker. Right now, as representative, from the time Richard Kuhn, that whole hula ballo started up to this time, assume, just give him that space. Richard Kuhn can use the short time to acquire all those properties. They were acquired, according to my informant. The property was acquired with the help of that woman. It was one of the reasons why he fell in love and decided to marry the woman. Because he was down. The woman had the hand. And people who know Richard Kuhn, they attested to that, which wasn't bad at all. The woman did not do anything wrong. Because when a man doesn't have it and the woman is in the position, she can come out to help. If the woman doesn't have it and the man is in the position, he can come out to help. But to reach to the point that at this point in time, you're not accounting to the woman, you're not giving a full report, you're not doing anything. It is my understanding that she's in Liberia and she's out of Liberia. That she's in Liberia for some time and then she's in the States. When these people, when they excel now, they tap that brasso, the child or children or wife can go and come. Yeah. So my informant told me that she's in the United States. She's not really a resident in Liberia. She is a Liberian, but not permanent resident. She comes to Liberia, stays for a while, and then she goes back. We were told that's how they got all those properties. So the woman, as per the court document, what came out of the court, the woman is not claiming the property that she should have everything onto her, or that she put in divorce and the law has told her to make her choice, or she has proposed or suggested to the law or to the law that she wanted. No, nothing like divorce. It's not about divorce. The woman's argument is purely on accounting. Give me a full understanding of how the business is being run, the kind of proceeds that are coming from the business. That's all. And she isn't wrong because she wants to have that a joint partnership. that how they call it? There's a name for it. The two people managing the business together. It clicked to my mind just now. That's all. That's if look at the court document. Nothing in the court document that says that she wants XYZ property. No, the document only said that she wants a full understanding of how the money, they have property, this place, they have property. She's aware of all of those properties. The duplexes in Virginia. Each of those duplexes contain 10 apartments. So 5 duplexes, each containing 10 apartments, put all together. Say how many apartments? And then you try to find out how many dollars the tenants are paying. And the same thing I said about what the woman told the court, that at one point in time when she raised concern, told her to go to the people and to go find them. Meaning, when you go there, before you can get there, they already told the people when that woman come here making noise, you just tell her, go to your husband. When you and all, we ain't get tall. That same thing, that same information, it came up from an informant within their family. So what did I say? I said, but I need to talk to the woman. Can you give me the woman number? Let me bring the woman on. So everybody will yell. They stay hankling, but I'm trying. I think I was told this morning. I was told this morning that she out. So you see, now you want to, those of you who are in such relationship with property acquisition, you want to be careful. Don't sit supinely. If you, the woman, don't sit supinely. Don't say, oh, my husband managing, oh, Latin, my husband taking care, oh, Latin, me and I get time, and my husband in charge of Latin. Oh. Don't ever say that. At the close of the day, you will cry. Raise your standard mentally. Put to the table the curiosity. Have a full understanding. There is nothing the man ought to hate from the woman, nothing the woman ought to hate from the man. Especially when those things are acquired, or when they acquire those things within the marriage. Maybe before the marriage, the lawyer can speak to that and say, oh, this one was you people acquired this one prior to getting married, the man this and that, so you can hold the man responsible for that, or you can claim any right over it, and all of these things can run down to the children too. But that which you're acquired together, you can try to push the woman off. And you women, listen, especially those of you in Liberia, you raise your mentor. Don't be relaxed. Too many of you are victimized or falling victim. I know that we heard some, if not many. We've listened to you people crying. Oh, the man carry. I swear I leave him with God. That living with God, God can never ever listen to that kind of thing that you call swear. So me and the man before we get it one. Then he tell, he carry you put it in your knee. He lied to me, say you are going to put the land that we buy. Me and him went and then he put the land in he said he put a knee on a D. He lied to me. Never ever relax on anything in life. You ladies, up to your mentor. Develop curiosity. Ask questions. Don't be complacent. Don't be so relaxed. If it would mean, if you reach the point to say we acquire X, Y, Z, now I want to have control over this. Some men, married couple, they did that. They divide the they divided the property and say, you manage this, you manage that. At the close of the day, you will give account of your stewardship, managing that. I will give account of my stewardship, managing this. And they're moving on well. Simple. But you can just be there just for the knee wife. Why? You sit down the man building house. You don't get time. At the close of the day, when you discover, then you get vexed. You know, me, I was my bar, and I let it get out my heart down. Me, I let it just be asking me question. Be there. Be there. At the close of the day, you will sit down, you will regret it and say, if I know. Jeremy Boris say, that's what they can say, eh? Leave it will go. Kuda Willem say, you just made my day. Speak to our sisters that leave everything in the hands of their husband. That wrecks, complete wrecks. Too many women in this country. Today, some of them gone on the ground, frustration carry them. Nothing, absolutely. They just relax. Look, all of those years that now the woman start raising concern. What if Cohen had given up those properties to people? Just sold them. Nothing should do. The man that beat men in government, the man can influence the court. The man can speak to the judge privately. He can, the man can do anything, because once you're a politician in this country, forget it, man. For people down the line to really win anything against you, it's slim, but it is not impossible. But it's slim because they have the greater advantage over you. So all that time you look at, you're listening people. All that time the woman say from 2005, 2004 going all the way. You know how many years in between? You're talking about 25, 26 years. So she was relaxed. She too, she has her own fault. But anyway, that's it. That's it. So back to it. That's it there. I maintain. And you're playing the King's Cash giveaway. We're moving gradually. It's the weekend, it's the weekend. Depending on your to play, so at least I'll get my surgery from you. When you're not playing, I can get surgery. So you're playing, let's hit the jackpot. We can do it in no time. You can perform that miracle, and then you can have that testimony coming your way. You will need that 10,000 going into Sunday to pay your tithe, your offering, and do goodwill. You know, you will also need it to sow dangerous seed in the pastor's life so that you will get blessing. You will also need it to pay your tithe, because the people say if you don't pay tithe, then you will not go to heaven. And I know you want to go to heaven. So you need that 10,000 to take your 10% from there to pay your tithe so that you can go to heaven. They also say when you don't pay tithe, your tithe can speak for you. So you need that 10,000 so that you can pay your tithe, and your tithe speak for you. So get the 10,000. For those of you who want to ball over the weekend, today, the weekend starts, jolly, balling all over the place. You need that 10,000. So let's take the 10,000. Let's do it. Let's hit the jackpot as quickly as we can. Dial *79 and *25 hash. Put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Let's do it. I trust you. You can make it. You have done it before, and you can stay do it. Before we complete the calls, then we can hit it. All right. So let's take a few calls. I maintain never ever will the Supreme Court rule in favor of those people. But that is not a talking point. It's just a buoyant reminder. Let's go now with a few calls on this. 0772 23 99 33 0886 44 97 0777 9803 75. Few call, and then we are out. So they make sure you don't use the guy against the Richard Kuhn doctrine. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you are on, Chief. You are on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Andrew.
I'm good. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. You know, I'm too happy this afternoon that you blast us off. It is good for you to tell the truth. But as you that tell the truth, 273. We go to own thing that we can support too. We go to own thing, but we can support it. So thank you for you blasting us off. You know, Mr. Andrew, even though you're not part of your show, but you know that LRA taking more money from us now.
LRA?
LRA will go pay 4,000, they can put 2,000 in our receipt.
Yeah. Why? Why
did you do my registration on Friday?
Well,
you have they put me to pay 4,000.
Your vehicle?
4,000, they put 2,000 on my receipt.
What do you want to register? Your vehicle?
My business.
Oh, your business. And what kind of business you do?
I do small daily material too. In the container. So when they put to me, when I enter the office, they put 4,000. I take the 4,000 and get to the people trying to give me receipt. Only give me 2,000 receipt on my the 2,000 I get. Only the 2,000 they put on my receipt.
But how? But listen, my man, how is that possible? Did they tell you 4,000 Liberian dollars?
The man told me 4,000. I counted 4,000 and put it in here. So they prepared the receipt. I came home now, I opened the receipt. I only saw 2,000 on my receipt.
But why didn't you check the receipt? Read the receipt carefully before putting it in your pocket.
Mr. Andrew, somebody else will call you. That's what they bring to us now.
Why did you not wait now, my man? Wait. Chief. Wait now, my man. Wait, let's get something straight here. No, Chief. How you receive receipt of 4,000? You did not look at it. You paid 4,000, and they gave you the receipt. You don't look at it. You put it in your pocket, and you go home and you claim it 2,000. How is that possible?
Mr. Andrew, maybe somebody else will tell you, somebody else will call you.
No, not somebody else, my man. No. Chief, you're lying on the people. No, you're lying on the people. You're lying on LRA. Hello? They gave you a document. You look at document, you read a document. So what's the surety that 4,000 on a receipt? Your surety is reading it and being convinced, seeing the receipt 4,000. Then you go home and you say you took it, and then you see 2,000. So LRA is stealing. Chief, we can't believe that thing. Hello. Yeah.
Mr. Andrew, you don't argue with that, brother, because it is true. It happened to me last year.
My man, no. Wait. Don't argue with the man. It is true. That what that man said, does it make sense? Somebody, you pay 4,000, and then they gave you a receipt. Why wouldn't you look at the receipt? What is the essence of the receipt? To authenticate that you pay that money and you going home.
If you authenticate the receipt there, you have something else to say to you. All right?
What they have to say to you?
I got LRA receipt from Accra Center.
So how many dollars you pay? How many dollars you pay?
I pay $180 and I got $75 receipt.
So did you look at the receipt? Did you look at the receipt there?
I looked at the receipt there, and I told the guy that I said, why am I paying $125? I mean $180, and you are giving me $75 receipt. So he said that one for management.
And did you accept it? Did you accept it?
I took the receipt and my certificate.
Did you accept it after he told you pay 120 according to you?
I paid $180.
$180, and he gave you $75 receipt.
$75 receipt.
And then you said he told you the other one for management.
I still got the receipt here.
Yeah,
at
wait
my
now,
house
my
here.
man. You can when you're explaining things, you're just be acting like pastor preaching. Listen, even pastor said they can take their time. You said you pay 180.
Yeah.
And then the man gave you $75 receipt.
Of course.
And he told you when you raised the concern, he told you that the rest was for the management.
Is that about management?
What sense?
So I said, why management?
And that you carry
why is it not recorded? It is off record. Management will record that.
And you agree.
I should get management receipt.
Wait now, my man, wait. And you agree with his explanation to go. So you took the $75 receipt and left the place.
Exactly.
Oh, Chief, don't blame RRA. That is not true. Don't blame her. That's negligence. If that ever happened, it is your negligence. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
I will go to a place. Then you wait, hold on. You tell me, I know that I should pay $75 for everything that the money required for. I pay. Then you give me $50 receipt. Then when I inquire, or even if I inquire, you tell me a management that lie. That's $75. You will change that receipt. In fact, right in front you, I will tear that receipt. And if you insist, we'll open discussion in a place that your bosses will come. Because if you accept it and you go, that means you connive.
Let me tell you something. People sometimes they just sorry for the expression. They behave foolish on themselves for the wicked and the foolish people to exploit them. I'm detailed calling from District 17. I went to get my car out of the continuum one time. And I went to the consignee that were responsible for the continuum. And I was to pay $2,000, around $700 for all that they listed on the paper from the port. That which I don't have problem with. When I got to the guy, he was preparing the receipt. And he put there 1,000 something. And he presented the receipt to me. Then I took my time. I went through, I said, to a point. I gave you 2,007, 2,006 something. And I'm saying 1,000 something on the receipt. He said, oh, I'm very sorry. We condemn that receipt, whether you were intentional or not. We condemn that receipt. And he refixed the receipt. And the actual amount that I spent was on that receipt. And I went through it and I was certified. You can't tell me you go over there. You pay $100 and some more dollars, then they put $75 on your receipt. These are the kind of people that can go to the bank, they go withdraw 10,000, then they get them 5,000. They will not even check the money, they bring the money home, then they go back to the bank. Oh, I think the money was not correct. That's your negligence. So that doesn't make sense at all. Sometimes the people make people to feel that we the librarian, we don't go to school. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Those two people, they just, not because we're criticizing the government, you are a sedition, so you call and say, oh, because you just want to condemn the government or bring the government as corrupt. The government is corrupt to the core. You don't have to explain those things. Those things doesn't suggest that you are honestly admitting that the government is corrupt. No, you're only explaining your negligence. So you think you're criticizing the government, but you're explaining your negligence. Every one of us knows that this government is corrupt to the core, nasty corrupt, deathly corrupt. But what you guys explain, using that to condemn or criticize the government as being corrupt, you just expose your negligence. It's just like you go to change money. You gave the money to the person, let's assume $20. And then they gave you the money. You don't check the money there. You go home or back at your office and you take out the money and you check it is $1,005. Then you come back to the person and say, oh, my man, I changed $20. You gave me $1,005 liberty. You think that man will say he gave you $1,005 liberty? You look at the receipt. You read the receipt right there. The receipt must commensurate with your money and the purpose. So if you pay the service that you're paying for is $180, then they gave you $75 receipt. You know that. Look at the disparity. Then I think that you not look at. Oh, come on, man, my man. You know, everybody knows this government corrupt. You are a sedition. You don't have to use that because it doesn't have substance. It's your own negligence. let's just take one from the women line. They have not had. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, let's hear you quick.
Someone else they want to touch you to Lara on the line. You can't see a go pass on it. Just say that for it. Then I gave 100. Then he gave me my chin, and I stand to check my chin. Then I put my chin on la pan. Then I read waiting for 2 hours, 3 hours. Then I come back to the money not correct. The line. They don't have the line in the thing, and if someone is also they call it off.
All right, Mama. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. So let's do it. We are gradually getting there. If we can hit the jackpot, well, then that's it. But you have to hit it. If you can't hit it, then I know I can't hit it for you. You can hit the jackpot. I can only tell you how you can hit it, but I can't hit it for you. So we can do it in the next few minutes. You can never tell. Zheng Maboro say, why are you asking for receipt if you are not going to read it? Definitely. So true. Jean, my bro, the receipt is for you to read and be convinced. Yeah. Matthew Choloplay say that's what they do over there. Have you experienced Matthew Choloplay? You can share it. Yeah. Kuda Williams say, Kuda Williams, what do you think a poor person can do and nothing will come of it? Yeah. I want to see that one. Get you receipt. You don't read a receipt. Except now, you're talking about blind mail. You can't read. You get somebody there to read it, then the person too. They ain't get time to just say, yeah, that I received. Then that thing is that. But your two bulbs, clear, shining. Then you say the man told you that they receive, they want for the, you're lying on the people, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So thank you all for spicing up the week. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being with us from Monday to Friday, week in, week out. Thank you so much. You have been so special, so extraordinary, so massive to us. Without you, you are our motivating factor. Thank you so much, all of you that take up your time using your energy, resources, everything to come on every day from Monday to Friday. You people are on Israel Show. Let's talk about it. You're on Real Talk at 3. And then in the night, you're wait for Face the Issues with Teacher Light, A.B. William. Throughout the week, you're doing extremely well. You see, this is why it is because of you people that we face the challenge. The odds are against us, but it's all because of you people. So we are on the battlefront. We are battling. The warfare is tense. The road to the finish line is long, though it's 4 years. We got 4 years ahead of us, but the battle is tense. We can get more inspired without your presence. Thank you for being with us from Monday to Friday. We appreciate all of you, your comments, your suggestions, the questions you ask, everything. They are so good. Thank you so much. All of you, I appreciate all of you. Pray for us as we pray for you too, going into the weekend. We don't know what lies ahead of us. Only God knows. We can only depend and rely on God. Keep us in your prayer. It's not easy here in this country under the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. We are the target. It is only by helping to pray for us as we pray for ourselves and pray for you too that we are energized, we are strengthened, and God's grace hovers us all. Thank you so much, all of you, for being with us. The news is on at 6 in just under 30 minutes, and then at 8
face the issues. Teacher Light is on, A.B. William, with another fascinating. You don't want to miss it. Follow and share the show. This is one thing that you people have not been doing. Please, you do it. You share the show. Let it reach all over the world. There are other people who can just follow when you share. They may not have the time to come out on while we are live, but when you share, they can get on, they can click on it and follow the show from there. So you want to share the show this evening, Face the Issues, when AB comes on. All of you who will come on, just share it as many times as you can share. Please do. Thank you all. So if God permits, we're back next week. The show recess for this week. If God permits, we're back next week. Shalom.